Kaiju number 9 shows his true power. The fight ends and Kafka finally dies. Previously, after Kafka learned how to use the out-of-control version of Kaiju number 8 mode with Narumi, Kafka unleashed a powerful force to attack Kaiju number 9 repeatedly while pushing him to the location where Kaiju number 14 fell. It was done to make it easier for Mina to attack him using the main weapon. With her attack, Mina was able to make Kaiju number 9 show his core. Not only that, Kaiju number 9's control over Kaiju number 2 was disrupted because Commander Isao fought back from the inside. Kafka finished off Kaiju number 9 right at its core with a modified version of the 6-move Thunder Emperor. Today is my day. Kaiju number 8 chapter 113 are here. But before that, please like and subs. Thanks. The story begins with Kafka's devastating attack, making explosions destroy the surrounding area. And from that attack, we are shown the core of Kaiju number 9, which has been broken into pieces and makes Kafka dumbfounded because he managed to destroy the core. While Kaiju number 9 spews blood, Mina stares at him and the children watching in hope of victory from the battle broadcast. The operations staff reported that Kaiju number 9 had taken a crushing blow and its core had been destroyed. Kafka felt that it was over. But who would have thought that at the moment of his death, Kaiju number 9 called him to talk for a moment. And at the same time, electricity from inside Kaiju number 9's body began to flow from Kafka's hand. This made Kafka realize that he had now moved to a place that seemed to have moved to an imaginary world. Feeling that this was very strange to him, Kafka was confused by the surroundings because there were many samurai corpses lying on the ground. Was Kafka on the battlefield, or was he in the body of Kaiju number 9? Kafka continued to look around for Kaiju number 9, but he was surprised to see the mask he had seen before lying on the ground. Unexpectedly, Kafka realized the appearance of Kaiju number 9 with his small body. Kaiju number 9 said, the first time Kafka appeared in front of him, he thought it was just a coincidence. But in the end, he understood after feeling something inside Kafka that their meeting was a destiny that had been set long ago. Kafka had no idea what Kaiju number 9 was talking about, but Kaiju number 9 asked if the scenery around him felt familiar to him. But Kafka once again asked what Kaiju number 9 was talking about. Then Kaiju number 9 began to understand that Kafka had not connected that deeply with the figure in his body. Even so, Kafka could release such great power. It seemed that the grudge Kafka had from that time was really strong. Kafka, who was only focused on defeating Kaiju number 9, then made sure that if Kaiju number 9 was not dead, then he would return. But before Kafka finished his words, Kaiju number 9 replied, that was not necessary. Kafka had already won this battle, and in a moment, Kaiju number 9 would perish, and he failed to realize his wish, with the conclusion that the battle between them had been won by Kafka. For Kaiju number 9, this feels really good. They as humans have repeatedly exceeded Kaiju number 9's predictions. They have succeeded in destroying his plans, even though Kaiju number 9 still wants to know more about them. He still wanted to research them, and also wanted to become a closer figure to humans, but Kaiju number 9 had lost badly. Kafka shouted to make sure that Kaiju number 9 was not lying. Then Kaiju number 9 confirmed that he was not lying. He already had a way to defeat Kafka, but Kafka didn't believe him. If Kaiju number 9 was telling the truth, why could Kafka see something trying to get out of Kaiju number 9's body and constantly wanting to kill? What is that creature? At that moment, the Kaiju figure inside Kafka's body reacted and kept saying it wanted to kill. Kafka was confused by something strange that happened inside his body. Then Kaiju number 9 continued that he actually didn't want this to happen, but with the destruction of his body's core, the balance in his body will also be destroyed, and Kaiju number 9 will turn into a monster that can only create destruction. Then we are shown the monster that came out of Kaiju number 9's mouth. Kafka then remembered Mina's words, which told him that inside Kaiju number 9's body there were many other monsters. Kafka also wondered, what exactly is this Kaiju number 9 creature? And at the same time, an earthquake with large vibrations occurred. And in an instant, Kafka's footing was destroyed and the rocks from the earthquake's slab were pulled up. And not only that, the corpses of the samurai and others also floated into the air. Kafka, who was confused by what happened, then heard Kaiju number 9's words about him who had forgotten the name that humans had given this monster. If I'm not mistaken, Meireki, a special type of monster of the Meireki era. And Kafka finally remembered that this imaginary world showed the events of the past, and the familiar mask that Kafka had seen when he visited the Rune Temple with Hoshina in chapter 66, and saw the figure of a samurai wearing that mask. By the way, Meireki is the name of one of the periods in the Edo period that lasted from 1655 to 1658. But what happened in the real world, Mina was very shocked to see Kafka, who seemed unconscious and spewing blood. And it turned out that Kafka was also stabbed by something that came out of the body of Kaiju number 9. Did the attack hit the core of Kafka's body? There seems to be a lot of shocking information in this chapter. And is Kafka the reincarnation of a samurai thousands of years ago who fought against a special type of kaiju in the Meireki era? Is the kaiju figure that entered Kafka's body the embodiment of revenge for that battle? And we will find out in the next chapter on Thursday the 12th, guys. So that's the complete story of Kaiju number 8, chapter 113. Like and subs, I'm Nim. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye, guys.